What the f... Miluju tyhle ty vole věci, fakt. Au.
Já mu skočím na hlavu, kámo.
No tak ale jako... Prostě... Víš co? Kámo, ale prostě co proti tomu máš dělat? Jau! Co to je, vole? Něco mě půlnulo. Něco mě půluje ze spoda. Ty vole, co to je? Huh? Hey there everyone, I've been a bit more busy than usual for the past 2 weeks, so I can't push out a full video in time. This one will probably be late as well, as I'm recording this voiceover on... Well, it's supposed to be Sunday, but it's Monday now, and I wanted to push it out on Saturday, which is not happening. Either way, I wanna take a quick look at our attempt 2 of beating the Scape and Run Parasites mod. And spoiler, we didn't make it. But from the first attempt we learned a lot of useful information and we tried to apply it in this run. The information being stuff like don't build the base defended only by a cobblestone wall, and resources are kinda big deal. Also, different from the attempt 1, we actually went in attempt 2 with a plan. Sort of. Okay, not really.
Atak
Co?
Ale tam teďka není, ale ta helikoptera ona přišla do prdele. Už to ne, už letí, vole.
Už letí, no.
Co za náma vlastně, jako...
Ty vole, to si to docela štráduje sem, no.
Ne, dobrý. To sundáme.
Jo, čím, vole?
Nevím.
No, já taky ne. But it was obvious from the first attempt that we cannot last on Earth forever, so we thought it would be a great idea to start with Galactic Craft right away. Time-wise, we were on a good pace for a long time. We spent less time in the mines and thus we could spend more time doing machinery, base, etc. This proved to be very effective as we hadn't even hit phase 2 when our ore tripling chain was built. Železo? Tady je normální delegace, vole, na mě čuměj borci s ganama tady, vole. Speaking of the base, we also cooked up a decent plan for it. I call it the Obsidian Pancake. No, seriously, the Obsidian platform is the pinnacle of defense against parasites, at least in our mod packs, because adapted parasites cannot break the obsidian, and with our jetpacks, the easiest counter strategy is to just fly up, which means we can't have a roof. And if you can't have a roof, the parasites climb, so what's the point of walls? Later we even surround the area with lava, which serves as even more protection, as parasites take, I believe, 4 times the damage with fire, although from attempt 1 we kinda doubt that at this point. One note though that I have to make to this base is it only works on mountain edges and near the ocean. Kinda like we have here. You can't expect a pancake to work in the middle of plains biome. You'll just die. You'll get cooked, as the young kids say. Basing near the ocean is also a really good idea, we found out, as it limits the spawns and, you know, provides more cover. Parasites also move slower in water, despite the fact that they can lunge, but they're still slower than on, you know, normal ground. Combine that with lava and, you know, the base being slightly suspended, and you have a really good recipe for a good base. Anyway, To get to the thing that caused our downfall this time, we just simply didn't have enough resources. We ran out multiple times and had to go down the caves on 3 separate occasions, which may not look that bad, but when you add those 3 mining sessions up, it's about an hour lost to mining and not progressing. In the caves we also found a lot of diamonds this time, which meant we could build a quarry to combat this problem, but it turned out putting it above a mountain was a bad idea.
Pojďme na obsidian, no.
No zlato...
Udělám tady jídlo, máme.
No jo, tady je někdo, tady někdo bude mít query. No, a musíme tu querynu teda něčím krmit potom, ale...
A nepotřebujeme lapis na to? Bodně?
Jo, ale máme lapis.
Jako ten foregonin by se asi hodil, no.
By se hodil teda.
Třeba na farmu na stromy, kámo, to by bylo úplně nejlepší.
No, mám query. No tohle by to fakt chtělo jetpack, ale...
Jo, to nevšimali.
Kurva. You might think that if you put it above a mountain you'll get more resources, which on its own is true, but it's also really slow, and the thing that we didn't, think of is that it will mine the snow layers. So we ended up wasting a shit ton of fuel for snowballs. A lot of snowballs actually. After this attempt I also realized that coal isn't the only option for a quarry. Which I am so stupid, dude. If you never use Buildcraft, the Stirling engine basically can use anything that can be burned, and with the pipes and pumps and everything that we have from Mechanism and loads of other mods, we can extract lava from the nether or wherever that lava exists really quickly, really simply, and deliver it to the Stirling engines. It will burn for much longer than coal, thus being a greater, more efficient fuel source. But anyway, we're gonna use that in attempt 3. The missing resources wouldn't be all that bad if it wasn't for our dear friend Dispatcher Tier 3, which was most likely scheming under our base for the whole time. We just haven't noticed. Dispatchers have a certain range depending on the tier, tier 1 obviously being lowest and tier 4 being the highest, of the radius being the area where they can spawn their tentacles and spawn other parasites. So once it reached tier 3 it could reach its spawning tentacle onto our pancake base and spawn 2 nasty pure parasites that basically wiped us out in 5 seconds. The fact that the dispatcher can do this felt very OP, and so I went digging on the wiki to find if it can be counted, and I am happy to report it can be counted. A dispatcher tentacle can only spawn on a block with toughness lower than 50. It also must be a solid block, and it has to have 2 more blocks under it. In our infinite wisdom, we use the SCP blocks in the middle of our pancake, and by the looks of it, they don't meet the criteria. So that's how they got us this time. Okay, no matter though, as we are not giving up. Those are good lessons for the future, not just for us, but for you guys too, if you want to try out the mod. I highly recommend it, it's actually really fun, though it may not look like it, and especially with a friend, you're gonna have a blast. We also realized that we can clear the big juicy tech gun structures once we get AKs, which we will definitely be abusing on the next attempt. We will be also adding HBM nuclear tech mod and industrial foregoing to the mod pack in hopes of making our life a little easier. That's all for this one, take care everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. A jo, no to je v píči, no. To je komplet v hajzlu. Se vším všudy.
Jako je úplně hotovo.
To je level 3 backend.
Tady dispatcher 2.
Jo, tadyhle ten sráč, no. To je přesně to, co nás zabilo. No tak to mě poser, ty vole.